Welcome to another Fearless and Fabulous Friday. Today we're going to be talking about courage. Courage is an interesting thing because it's something that we all have access to. Actually, courage is something we're all born with. And unfortunately, what happens is that as we start to grow, we discover fear and we lose our courage. So when you think about a little baby, when they're first learning how to walk, they are boundless courage because they can't walk unless they have it. And they are willing to do whatever it takes to get up and make that walk happen. And then what happens is they start to go through life and they get knocked down and they start not getting back up again. And that courage that's an innate part of who every one of us is begins to dissipate. And we start to get discouraged. And encouragement is an inflow of courage. It's based in love. It's an inflow of love, and you can feel when you're encouraged, you start to feel excited, you start to see that anything is possible, and you know you can make the impact in the world that you're here to make. You start to feel encouraged that you can get that job, or you can get that book done, or whatever it is that's inside of you that's compelling you, that's driving you forward. It's those steps that you know you need to take. So when you're feeling encouraged, you're in love with that thing that you're inspired to go for. When you're feeling discouraged, it's based in fear, and you can feel a difference because when you're feeling discouraged, you don't have any energy. You're afraid what other people might think. This isn't working, I don't have what it takes. And so when you really understand this whole idea of courage, that courage is based in love, then you can know that anything is possible, anything can happen. When you really love that thing that inspires you, then you can do whatever it takes to make it happen. And you can build that courage that's inside of you. Courage is like I said, it's based in love. And when you let that fire that's in your heart be what impassions you and pushes you forward, you can get that thing done that you know you feel compelled to do, that inspires you. You can be that change in the world that's calling to you. You can be who you know you're here to be and do what it is you feel inspired to do. Courage is what caused the Joan of Arc to go out and be who she was. Even in the face of fear, even in the face of knowing the potential consequences for doing what she did and being who she was more encouraged by wanting to make a difference in the world. And that courage is what pushed her forward, that love of change, that even maybe the anger in her heart, which can be an incredible tool for change. Anger is amazing. It can either destroy things or it can build things up. It can be a great resource for change, or it can destroy everything in its path. And anger, when it's infused with love, anything and everything becomes possible. So if you're feeling angry about something, don't beat yourself up for feeling angry. Use it as a force for courage. Use it as a force for change and a fuel that can drive you to create the life that deep inside is calling to you. Courage. Courage is based in love, and learn how to fall in love with that courage that's inside of you. Reawaken it. Light the fire of courage again, and don't be afraid to take those steps. Don't be afraid of what other people are going to think. You know who you're here to be. You know what the steps are you need to take. You know what it is that compels you forward. Fall in love with that. And the courage to make it happen will come through for you. Now, I bring this up this week because I've been faced with this needing to find courage for myself. I've been invited to potentially be on another TV show that is launching shortly. And I've been invited to come out, speak my mind on the subject of polygamy. And for those of you who know my story, you know that's where I came from. And my perspective on what I see it now, and I see it as a human rights abuse against women. And having the courage to speak that out in front of the world is pretty scary stuff. And at the same time, I know that it's my purpose to focus on human rights for women and children. And That's my bigger purpose for being here on the planet. And that wanting women to see the true value of who they are and their true worth, and teaching girls that they don't have to be worth less, that impassions me. That's who I'm here to be. And in spite of my fear of how I might be perceived on television or any backlash I might get from polygamists, that passion to teach women and little girls who they really are and what they're really capable of is what pulls me forward and gives me the courage to be who I know I'm here to be. And so in closing, I want to say, be courageous. Find that courage that's inside of you and let that love, that passion that pulls you forward, feed that courage that you were born with. Until next time, get bold, be courageous, and live vivacious. Mwah.